I'm Anil Kumar, and this video is especially for my student Ryan. We need to understand how to simplify expressions with fraction exponents. I have two simple examples here. 5 to the power of 3 over 2 minus 5 to the power of half, and 2 to the power of 5 over 2 minus 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, whenever you're working with such rational exponents or fraction exponents, it makes things very difficult, right? They may look simple, but they're not, right? But let me start with the normal numbers, and then we'll come to these. For example, if I have a to the power of 3 minus let us say a, in that case, how do we factor? We know a to the power of 1 is common, so we could factor a. And if I factor a, the number a cube has to be divided by a, so we get a to the power of 3 minus 1, which is 2. And here we have already factored this number, so we get minus 1. So that is a strategy which we have used for factoring, and we'll adopt the same method here, right? So that is how it is. So if you have, let us say, 2 to the power of 5 minus 2 to the power of 3, in that case, 2 to the power of 3 is common, right? You could write this as 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2, right? When you add them, you get 5 minus 2 to the power of 3. Now 2 to the power of 3 is common, so you will take 2 to the power of 3 common, and you're left with 2 squared minus 1, or 4 minus 1, then it can be simplified easily, right? So you could say 2 to the power of 3 times 2 squared is 4, say 4 minus 1, which is 3, so say 3 times 2 to the power of 3, right? So anyway, you could solve it. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24 to get your solution. So these are different ways of solving when the exponents are whole numbers, right? So it's kind of simpler. Now let us see how to solve or simplify expressions where the exponents are fractions or rational numbers. Okay, now we'll adopt the same strategy. So we have to think 3 over 2 and half. These are the two exponents. Which is lower? Half is lower, right? So in this case, a cube and a, so it is kind of 1, right? Which is lower? 1 is lower, so that one we factored out. So same way, 5 to the power of half is lower, so we'll factor this out. So we get 5 to the power of half as a group factor, common factor. Inside, I'll get 5 to the power of 3 over 2 minus that number, because I'm dividing by this, right? And negative, I've already factored the whole thing, so which is 5 to the power of half minus half, which is 0, which gives you 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Do you see that? So that is the way to factor. Now it is simple operation of subtraction. For fractions, you get 5 to the power of half, and within this bracket, 3 by 2 minus half is 2 by 2, right? Which is 1, right? 3 minus 1 is 2. So you get 5 to the power of, let me write 2 by 2 minus 1. So I'm using so many steps so that things are apparent, right? Okay, so this is half, and 5 to the power of 1, right? This is just number 5 minus 1. And now 5 minus 1 is 4. So you said 4 times, right? This is time, square root of 5, or 5 to the power of half, either way, right? So you could write 5 to the power of half, or you could also write 4 times square root of 5 as your exact solution, right? This is how it simplifies to. Okay, we'll adopt the same method and do one more question. I hope that will make things absolutely clear. Now this time we have 2 to the power of 5 over 2 minus 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Now which one is smaller? This is 5 halves, this is 3 halves, so this is smaller, right? Correct. So we'll factor the whole number, which is 2 to the power of 3 over 2, right? We'll factor this. So what remains is 2 to the power of 5 over 2 minus 3 over 2, correct? And minus 1, since we have already factored that term. So that is how we could simplify or factor this particular expression. Now we have 2 to the power of 3 over 2 outside, and inside it is 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. So we get 2 minus 1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1. So we get 2 to the power of 3 over 2. Let's write, we can write it in different ways. 2 to the power of 3 means that's the power, and this is radical, right? Square root, right? Half. So it could be written as this. That takes care of 2 to the power of 1 over half, and then this is like cube. Do you see that? Cube. So you could write this expression in this fashion also, right? Either way, that is, it simplifies too. That is how, these are the steps involved to simplify. I hope the steps are absolutely clear. So try to go through these steps, understand the process, and then you can do some questions like, let me give you one. Let me write a general question here this time. A to the power of 7 over 3 minus a to the power of 10 over 3, right? So try to solve this question, simplify, adopt the method which we have, and then see what you get, okay? I hope that really helps. Thank you and all the best.